Here's why losing weight slower is actually faster. You're probably thinking, that doesn't make sense. And logically, you're right, it doesn't. If one train goes fast and the other train goes slow, obviously the fast train is going to get you there quicker. Is that the end of this video? Have I just been debunked? Well, the answer is no. Why? Because we're not trains, we're human beings, I think. In today's environment, our minds are built more than ever to do things fast. Want a toaster? Order one off Amazon and you'll probably get it the next day. Ordering it doesn't even require you to move from the sofa. Actually, if it's Amazon, they'll probably just chuck it in your garden, but at least you'll still get it. Want some dinner without moving from the sofa? Just open Deliveroo or Uber Eats or whatever app and it'll be with you in half an hour. Lots of speed and not much effort required. Want to lose weight fast? Just Google it and you'll get 350 million results to choose from. And this is why so many charlatans and nonsense weight loss companies exist. Because they know what I'm about to explain in this video. They know that you're vulnerable and you want fast results. And they probably know that you don't know that trying to get fast results is the worst plan of action. Their model is often to sell you a diet, meal plan, juice cleanse, pack of supplements, with the promise of rapid fat loss, and then they'll just leave you to it. They've made their money, it doesn't matter if you're successful or not, job done, and you're the sucker. I mean, it's actually a killer business model. Anyway, back to the point of this video. Why going fast when trying to lose body fat is probably the worst thing you can do, and why going slower when trying to lose body fat is probably the best thing you can do. Let's use this as an example. Mandy wants to lose body fat. She sees an advert for a diet that promises she can lose 2 stone in 6 weeks. It costs an arm and a leg, but Mandy thinks, you know what? This is my time. And Mandy purchases the diet for hundreds of pounds. Let's look at how likely this diet is to succeed, sort of scientifically. 1 pound of body fat equates to approximately 3,500 calories. 2 stone of body fat, which is what Mandy wants to lose, equates to 28 pounds. So 3,500 times 28 means that Mandy would have to reduce her calorie intake by 98,000 calories in just 6 weeks. Or she's not going to lose 2 stone. That's 16,333 calories each week. 2,333 calories each day. Mandy is currently 5'7" and weighs 14 stone, or 196 pounds. She needs between 2,200 and 2,800 calories per day to maintain her current weight, depending on her activity level. So given that she has to reduce her calories by 2,333 calories per day, it basically means that Mandy can't eat anything ever. Basically, what I'm saying is this diet is impossible. Even if Mandy tried to lose 2 stone over 10 weeks, she would have to reduce her calories by about 1,400 calories per day. And this would mean that she'd only be allowed to consume around 800 calories per day in order to lose 2 stone in 10 weeks. Maybe if she exercised a little more, she could consume 1,200 or 1,400. But given this is such a low number, I doubt she'll have the energy to do that. The other issue here is that attempting to consume such a low amount of energy day in, day out is extremely dangerous. Hopefully this small, somewhat scientific example showcasing what is exactly required to lose large amounts of weight in short periods of time shows just how difficult and impossible and disordered these types of diets are. And doing things fast isn't always the best way. When you drive a car fast, the speed increases, but so does the likelihood of a crash, because you have less time to react. And this is why going slower is much safer, because it allows your reactions to catch up when a problem occurs. Just like reducing your speed increases the chances of staying on the road, reducing your speed when losing weight increases your chances of being able to stick to your diet. Using Mandy's example again, there's no way she'd be able to maintain that crazy crash diet of losing 2 stone in 6 weeks or even 10 weeks. She might last a few days or a week before having to stop. And while she might have lost quite a lot of body fat during this time, the fact she has to stop likely means that she'll return to her old habits and put the body fat back on. Alternatively, while creating a smaller deficit is in theory going to take much longer, the fact that Mandy could sustain it long term means that going slower would end up being much, much faster, simply because she's able to stick to it, chip away each day and enjoy the process. If you don't enjoy something, chances are you're going to stop doing it pretty soon. And this is why when it comes to fat loss, going slower normally always ends up being much, much faster. When you inevitably can't sustain a miserable diet regime, you stop. And after a couple of weeks, you end up back in square one. If you did manage to sustain it for a few weeks and lost a lot of weight, you might think it's a success. But at what cost did that success come to your mental health, your social life, and general happiness? When you return to your old eating habits, it's only a matter of time before you're probably in the same position again because you haven't learned anything on that diet. Then after a few months, when you're not happy because you've regained all the weight, what's the answer? It's probably to do the same quick fix diet again because it worked last time. And you've convinced yourself that this is how people lose weight. Welcome to the yo-yo dieting circle of hell. And the only way to get out of this circle of hell is to stop being impatient. Learn what fundamentally needs to happen for you to A, achieve your weight loss goal, and B, make sure that you don't do another extreme diet ever again. To achieve the calorie deficit that you require to lose body fat, there are some tools that could be helpful to you. Tracking calories. While some deem this as a prison sentence, it's more of a temporary education. Once you start understanding how many calories you're consuming, you can start aligning that to the metric that you need to follow, which is the calorie deficit. Measuring this gives you accuracy. It's making it easier for yourself. Assumptions will be a distant memory. It's faster in the long run because instead of taking 2 steps forward and 2 steps back constantly for your entire life, you're able to take half a step forward every now and again constantly. And the fact that you don't take any steps back is the real reason that you end up going faster in the long run. Apart from a few loose nights out, holidays, birthdays, Christmas, taking a step back here is actually really important for you to enjoy your life as a human being. But otherwise, it's full steam ahead with not much steam actually in the train because it doesn't require that much effort. It's more like a bicycle actually, going. Yeah, it's a bit creepy, sorry. The best bit about this is, while I've disclosed a marginally scientific example of the amount of calories that would be needed to successfully complete a crash diet, this is just common sense. And we all know it, but sometimes we just need to hear it. And hopefully this video has done that for you. Until next time.